Hello, welcome to Support, Support, Support. Today we're going to talk about pain and bitter. There are a lot of people out here who are dealing with pain and are bitter, and bitter about their past, and bitter about choices they made, but you could get past it. Today, I will accept my past. I will try to learn what I can from those experiences. Which causes me the most pain. I will be kind to myself, giving me credit for things I have accomplished, and not dwell on the things I have not done. With what I learned from my experience, and that will, and the will and strength of my higher power, I will try to make a better today and look forward to tomorrow. Help me to accept and learn from my past so I can continue with my emotional and spiritual growth. Painful experiences are not shameful, but rather a way I can better come to know myself. And that is so true. A person like myself who had a difficult past, I have overcame a whole lot emotionally, spiritually, and I had a lot of growth. And I'm glad I'm not bitter, not angry. Working on myself the way I have has been a tremendous blessing in overcoming. The one thing that I can talk about is how my past had me in a situation where it didn't even look bright for me. You know, the one thing about your past, it is your past. But it doesn't mean you can't change it. That don't mean you can't move forward. I am so proud of myself for getting myself out of jail. I am so proud of myself for getting help about being a better parent. I am so proud of myself for getting help to deal with my anger. I am so proud of the progress I made. And it took from my higher power and me getting counseling and therapy. And that's where I'm able to sit up here in front of this camera and talk about it. Because the one thing we have to realize, the world can persecute you because of your past. They can look at your record. They can look at your high school record, your grades, and they could determine how far you're going to be in life. And it could be very damaging. Or you came from a single parent home, or you came from a negative neighborhood, because where I'm from is considered a negative state. But I overcame a lot because the hardship that I went through in my life developed me for me to be a better person. And how I became a better person, accepting the things I cannot change. You cannot change everything you did in your past, but you could change by responding in a better way. Instead of being bitter, the one thing you can do is realize, let it go. And when you letting it go, realize that there's another door opening for you. There's another opportunity waiting for you. There is somebody who will treat you better than the person you are with today. There's somebody who will give you open arms and welcome you in ways you didn't get from your family. That was the one thing that really kept me going. It was different people that kept helping me along the way. It was like I had guardian angels in different ways, always helping me. And the one thing we have to realize, we're in hurting times. And hurt people. And that's just the type of times we're in. And we have to realize one thing about life. Every day is a new chance to start over. Every day is a light. Every day is a new opportunity. And the opportunities is how I made it. I think about the mistakes that elderly people out there were in my life made, and I learned to forgive. Forgiveness is one, and not being hard-hearted. That's what makes you bitter. What makes you bitter is you upset because somebody's living a better lifestyle than you. Somebody got something you wish you had. You know, I wish I did go to college and was able to be a nurse like I wanted to be. That ain't the way my shoes turned out to be. That don't mean I still can't be successful in a different way. And that also doesn't mean I can't go back to college. What that means is there are other ways of making it that are positive as well. You know, helping other people and counseling other people is another way of living a life, because you're still helping people. The other thing you can realize is that everybody heal and grow at different times. But there's nothing wrong with being encouraging and not being negative and focusing on the past and focusing on the mistakes you made. Realize that you're human. Realize that you're not going to stay in that stage or stuck all your life. And if you don't get out your past, you will be stuck all your life. Believe me, I've been stuck. And the one thing about me today, I can talk about it because I understand it's a process. It's not easy to get over some things that have occurred in your past. You know, like I said, we're dealing with a new generation dealing with a lot more issues than what I used to have to go through. And I see how much I overcome and see a lot of people are dealing with worse situations than I am. And because of that right there, that's why we need counseling today. That's why we have to have support. We have to encourage people to not be hard on these younger generations, because the one thing we are really doing, we're hindering them. We're not giving them support. We're not giving them new avenues because we're so stuck on what your records say or how you dress or you did this in your past. Your past don't make you. You can have a rotten past and, hey, learn from your past and become a new person and learn new steps and new strategies and come out of that old negative zone. And the one thing about my past that I can honestly say, I was hard-hearted and worked unconditionally. And the reason why I felt like that, I felt like that was the only way of making it, and it wasn't. It wasn't nothing wrong with getting counseling. It wasn't nothing wrong with talking about my past. You know, the one thing I used to talk about is, why you always talking about your past? Well, my past is what made me act the way I did. You know, when I had struggles with my daughter, I treat my daughter the way I was treated, and it was wrong. And because of that, I learned to be a better parent. I learned to watch my words. I realized that I understand this wasn't correct. But when you learn a new way, practice the new way, and help encourage other people the new way and let them know how you made mistakes and how you didn't do things right. Because sometimes they see you and they see this, oh, you just polished person, but they don't realize all the work and then the effort and the opportunities that you had to go through to get to where you are today. You know, I stayed in counseling for years. I've been getting help for years to get to where I'm at, because I really had to make it with no parents. And when you're guiding yourself, you go hit some walls. And when I was bitter and not did well in my past, it just wasn't a healthy place for me. And how I got past it was realizing that every day was a new opportunity. The other thing I realized, there is counseling out there. The other thing I realized, there is support in other areas that people need out there that people don't know about. You need somebody to talk to, especially when you've been neglected and not nurtured. You need someone to talk to and the right person to talk to. Sometimes you just can't express your hurt to anybody. Sometimes you keep it in, or you deal with it the way you deal with it, and it's not a healthy way. And we have to have tools. And the tools help teach you better methods. And forgiveness is one. A calm tone is one. Another one is giving someone a hug, a smile, turning a light bulb on and seeing that there is light. There are better days and brighter days. It's not going to always look this way. And you have to work at it. You can't keep making the same negative decisions. And the negative decisions is keeping your mind in the past. The other negative decision is having a hard heart, never forgiving someone, never letting go of what somebody did to you or said to you. Because at the end of the day, healing is the key to growth. We cannot grow if we don't heal from what someone said about us. And focus on the good. Focus on the good things. Focus on there are sunny days. Focus on that it's not going to always be this way. Focus on the fact that, hey, I could smile. I could give you a sticker. Hey, realize, hey, I made it another day. This is Kenyatta Delgado. Support, support, support. Thanks for letting me share.